celebrate 10 years of public bike share. I know, it's going into 5th grade maybe. So very excited. My name is Stephanie Seskin. I'm the Active Transportation Director in the Boston Transportation Department. And it is my pleasure, although I am very hot, to be introducing our mayor, Mayor Kim Janey. She is our first woman mayor, first black mayor. She is a 4th generation resident of Boston, representing all of us who get around by foot, transit, and bike. So I'm very excited to have her as my mayor, Mayor Janey.
Hello everyone. I hope you can hear me. Thank you so much for that introduction. I will keep my remarks brief. I'm really excited to unveil this bike and see what our amazing young artists have done here in the city of Boston. I just want to recognize a few folks. Commissioner Rooney isn't here today, but I certainly want to acknowledge his work as the Commissioner of Transportation for the city of Boston. I want to also mention that we are joined by the former Chief of Streets, my Chief of Staff, Chris Osgood. Thank you so much for everything that you do. And we've got a great partnership in terms of this bike network, and there are a number of other municipalities that are represented here. Can you hear me? Is that better? That are here this morning. I want to acknowledge that to my left, Mayor Joe Curtatone is here, and I'm just so proud and blessed to have his partnership as he leads Somerville. Thank you so much for just being an amazing partner and a champion in your city, and a great partner for me in the city of Boston. In addition, we have Cambridge represented here. Please give it up, Cambridge, for Louis de Pasquale. Wonderful. And then, of course, Chris is here from Brookline, and I just know Chris as an amazing champion when it comes to public transit and equitable transit in terms of multiple modes of transit here, and so just great to see you here today.
Thank you, Mayor.
Of course, you know, we couldn't be here without Blue Cross Blue Shield, and so I want to thank everyone from Blue Cross Blue Shield who picked up the mantle in 2018. I can't believe that we are here celebrating 10 years. And I won't forget the first time that I saw the Hubway bikes in my neighborhood and how that made me feel. And I just can't believe that it has been 10 years. And I'm just so grateful for Blue Cross Blue Shield for continuing that work and making sure that this vital network is here for all of the residents of Boston, for people who visit our city, people who work in our city, people who live in our city. I just came from Mattapan Square earlier today, where I announced a free bus route as a pilot program for the number 28 bus. Thank you so much. What a great partner you are. And you know, I mention that because how we get around our city is so important. Thank you so much. And our blue bikes are really important to that infrastructure. So I'm really proud of all the municipalities that have come together to welcome the bike sharing program, to expand the bike sharing program. This started way back with 600 bikes, and now we've got 4,000 bikes in this network in just 10 short years. This is so important because we know our city here in Boston, we like to be champions. We've got these great championship teams. We like to be number one in everything we do. Unfortunately, we became number one in traffic and congestion, right? And that's the title we don't want to have. And so making sure that we have transit that works for everyone, including bike infrastructure, is so important, and blue bikes are an important part of that. And it is also important in terms of how we are addressing climate change in the city of Boston. You know, this has also been very important during the pandemic, as fewer riders have been on the T, and needing to get around our city on bikes was a lifesaver for many folks here in Boston. And so I'm really grateful to Blue Cross Blue Shield, to the other municipalities that are represented here today for helping us continue to expand and grow this important network. And at this time, I want to introduce Chris Dempsey, who I said earlier has been an amazing champion as an advocate in this space. So Chris, it has been wonderful to partner with you. You have been here from the very beginning, always making sure that transit in the city of Boston and throughout the Commonwealth is equitable and just. And so I am just pleased to invite you to the podium to make a few remarks. Thank you so much.
Mayor. Good morning, everybody. My name is Chris Dempsey, and I'm the chair of the Brookline Transportation Board, representing Brookline today, one of the original Bluebikes and Hubway communities 10 years ago. I've been a Bluebikes member for 9 of those years. Here's my original key fob. Here's my Bluebikes helmet. I checked my stats this morning. I've done over 800 rides on Bluebikes and gone more than 2,000 miles, which I think would get me somewhere past Omaha, starting in Copley Square. So this is one of my main forms of transportation. It's gotten me around during the pandemic. It's gotten me around when I was in graduate school here, when I've been a worker in downtown Boston, when I've been going to pick up my groceries in Brookline. I have used the Bluebike system to get around. And when I dock my bike in downtown Boston or in Copley Square or the Longwood Medical area, it becomes clear to me that Bluebikes is a form of public transit. Because the beauty of public transit is it serves many types of trips and many types of people, all with the same system. When I dock my bike, I'm docking it next to a grocery store worker who's helping bag those groceries or check out those groceries. I'm doing it next to a frontline worker at a hospital who's getting to work at the LMA in a safe, COVID-free way. I'm doing it next to an office worker who's working in downtown Boston, or a visitor to Boston who's coming from Western Massachusetts, or maybe even from Omaha. They probably didn't bike here, but they took a plane here and now they're using the Bluebike system to get around. So this is a system that serves all sorts of trips and all sorts of people, and I applaud the many people and communities and organizations that have made this possible, especially the City of Boston under Mayor Janey's leadership, City of Somerville under Mayor Curtatoni's leadership, City of Cambridge under City Manager DiPasquale's leadership, and of course to Blue Cross Blue Shield, who really in 2018 helped this system get to the next level and allowed us to invest more in this form of public transit, expanding it to more people, to more communities, to more types of trips. Yes. So it's an honor to be here today, commemorating and acknowledging 10 years of more equitable choices, more choice for people to get around in safe and sustainable ways. Thanks for the chance to be here and the opportunity to talk with you all. It's now my pleasure to introduce a representative of one of those core original Bluebikes communities from the City of Cambridge, City Manager Louis DiPasquale.
Thank you, and it's great to be here with all of you today to celebrate this milestone. It is hard to believe we are celebrating the 10th anniversary of the bike share system. It seems like just yesterday we were engaged in many conversations about how to make this system a reality. Cambridge is proud to be one of the original municipalities bringing bike share to the region. This robust bike share system has created an affordable, environmental, sustainable public transportation option to the people who live, work, and visit here. We have expanded our stations to be in every neighborhood in the city. In fact, we are adding 2 more stations this week, which will bring us to 71 locations in every neighborhood in our city. In addition to the important and valuable access programs that Mayor Janey mentioned, Cambridge created a unique youth Bluebikes access program for Cambridge high school students ages 16 to 19, enabling them to have more flexible options to get to school and to get to after-school programs, jobs, and other activities. I really want to thank our dedicated team at Community Development for all the work they've done in this program. And I remember 10 years ago meeting with them, and the commitment was there, and to see where we are now, I just can't thank them enough. Bluebikes are in demand in our city, and we are 8 of the top 10 most popular stations citywide, being located in Cambridge. We are fortunate in Cambridge to have so many community partners who stood up to the plate as soon as this initiative came about, and I just want to give them a quick shout out. Harvard and MIT especially, who have been with us from the start. Absolutely. Cambridge side, the Museum of Science, Biogen, Verizon, Google, Biomed Reality, Alexandria Real Estate, and ES. And of course, I can't thank enough our key partner, our sponsor, who's really made this and taken it to another level, Blue Cross Blue Shield, for all their assistance. Thank you. I am delighted that so many of our neighboring municipalities are also members. We have several new additions in this past year, and I look forward to the expansion of this program in the up-and-coming future. And again, just want to thank everybody who was involved in an incredible ride for 10 years. Thank you very much. And now I get to introduce my good friend, someone who has really been an incredible supporter for me and for the City of Somerville and for Bluebikes, Mayor Joe Curatoni.
It's tough to follow a great mayor like Mayor Janey, but someone who can project like Chris Dempsey, so I'm going to do my best. Good morning. Thank you to our title sponsor, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Massachusetts, Mayor Janey, and our hub city of Boston, and it's a hub for a reason. I've had the honor of participating as the mayor of Somerville in some historic moments in terms of when we thought about this crazy regional idea of having a regional bike share system, and we launched it a decade ago, and then when we welcomed with open arms Blue Cross here. But just to give you a sense, because Mayor Janey alluded to how we expanded this system in terms of number of bikes, on Saturday, this past Saturday, we hit a record. You know, more than 15,000, the highest number ever, trip starts on this bike system. So if we invest in it, people will use it. But I'm just excited to join all of you and help celebrate this decade anniversary of the publicly owned Blue Bike system, and honored to be here with so many friends and colleagues who I respect so much, who have built and sustained really what is a progressive partnership. Serving my community as Somerville's mayor has been, as I've mentioned over and over again, we'll say always, best job I've ever had. The joy and privilege of a lifetime. My Somerville pride is fierce, and anyone who's worked with me in the region, and I chaired the Metro Mayor's Coalition when I served with great leaders like the ones here today, will tell you that. But deep down, we all are, and I am a regionalist, and we need to start thinking more that way. We are so interconnected. I always joke, Mayor, if this was New York Metro, we'd be the Brooklyn of Boston, quite honestly. And for many years, I've served as chair of the Metropolitan Mayor's Coalition, and this is a group of municipal CEOs, mayors, and managers and administrators that work together, collaborate, and coordinate solutions to the urgent challenges facing the Massachusetts and the Metro Boston area. So issues like the housing crisis, climate emergency, the health crisis of the opioid addiction, the scourge of systemic racism, or how to respond as a region and not a patchwork of municipalities to a pandemic. The need for sustainable mobility choices is why we're here today, to celebrate one of those choices we work together to create. So for many decades, this region we live in has been held up back and is still held back, despite the great work by so many municipal leaders, by this parochial and provincial culture and attitude and mistrust amongst our communities. The success of our Blue Bike system is evidence that we're really stronger together, and that we can tackle and set the standard as city regions around the world are doing. And as cities and city regions lead, states and nations will follow. We can do that and tackle big challenges together. So I want to say a big thank you to some people who have had the honor and privilege to work not just on big projects, but so many projects together as a region, and that have impacted the whole Commonwealth. Mark Drayson, the Executive Director of the Metropolitan Area Planning Council, MAPC. I know Eric Barras is here. Rebecca Davis and Lizzie Wyant at the Metropolitan Area Planning Council as well, for nurturing this regional coalition over the past decade. You think it's easy to herd together? so many municipal egos and leaders. They've been phenomenal, exceptional. But I also want to say congratulations to my fellow founding members of the Blue Bike system, Boston, Cambridge, and Brookline. And we all collectively want to welcome to our big welcome to our numerous members from Arlington to Chelsea to Everett to Newton, Revere, and Salem, and Watertown. Let's increase that list. But a few other personal shout outs here. I was here 10 years ago to celebrate on Boston City Hall Plaza the launch of that system. And then the welcome, joyfully, Blue Bikes coming in, but the late Tom Menino and his leadership. And there were these words he spoke, and they ring with me still. His first words come to Mike were, quote unquote, and look it up, "In Boston, the car is no longer king." To a round of applause. Let's give the late Menino a big round of applause. He is right. And the call to us is, if we plan our cities for cars, that is what you're going to get. It's time to plan it for people and take over the public realm for our health, for our economy, for our mutual challenges that intersect against so many of the calls and challenges of our time. And also to Nicole Friedman, who was there that day. She at the time worked for the city of Boston. And Chris Osgood, won't forget the work we've done there, but Nicole Friedman. And I'm really giving Nicole a shout out because she's a Somerville resident. Thank you, Nicole. And to Brad Ross and my director of mobility as well. So Somerville was a founding member of the Blue Bike system. We, like our colleagues, made the bold decision to invest municipal funding into the system because we studied best practices from around the country. We knew, and we all know, that privatized models did not work. Bike share is public transit, and public transit is a public good. Our cities and towns, we own this equipment. We look out for the public interest, and we are here for the long haul, and we are accountable to our residents and our customers. And as folks know, in the several months, I'll be passing the baton on to a new mayor of Somerville, whoever she or he may be. So my advice to that person for the next decade and to all of us has three key points. First, let's keep it public. Massachusetts is almost unique in our public ownership of this system, and privatization of bike share is really a mirage. It has not served the public interest in other metro areas. Let's plan to replace the equipment that is reaching the end of its service life and not be tempted by the fire sale model of financing, which is failing everywhere else. Second, let's keep it affordable. We have to lead in accurate equity. Let's keep it affordable. Our cities and towns, as the mayor said, have been wonderfully creative in fundraising to support a bike share system that is accessible to all. We're fortunate to have an incredible and excellent sponsorship partner in Blue Cross Blue Shield, and we've seen recent innovation in state and federal grant programs that have helped expand and leverage that investment in, as well as the bike share system. And finally, let's not just keep it regionally, let's expand the region to limitless boundaries. A fragmented system is a weak and incomplete system and an unjust system. An exclusive system is a diminished system. A connected regional system open to all is a strong system, and we need to continue to work together to inspire one another, go to bat for each other, and take pride in our common mission. So first, thank you to all the bike system and bike share riders, our staffs, our hardworking contractors who keep the system in use and running every day. Cheers to another decade and more of public service together and success and expansion of this system. I now have the honor and privilege of welcoming to the microphone, the podium, representing our title sponsor, Blue Cross Blue Shield in Massachusetts, Kathy Klingen.
Thank you, Mayor. Very happy to be here this morning, everyone. I could actually go for a ride right now to cool myself down. Well, I'm very happy to be here. Kathy Klingler, the Chief Consumer Marketing Officer, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts. Congratulations. I'm thrilled to be here for the 10-year anniversary of the Public Bike Share Program. Congratulations to Boston, Cambridge, Brookline, Somerville, the founding municipalities who had the vision to put this program forward, and all the other municipalities and individuals who have made this program a huge success. The founding municipalities had a vision for what this program was going to be about integrating public bike share into the region's transportation network. And they have done that, but beyond that, they have enriched our communities and our residents. In 2018, Blue Cross became and joined a relationship with the municipalities to be the sponsor. Hence the name Bluebikes became real. We are there to support the expansion and continued growth of the program, and it has been incredibly rewarding to see the impact of the Blue Bike system over the last decade and to be part of that growth. As a community-focused, tax-paying, non-for-profit company in Massachusetts, caring about our residents, living healthy lives, and standing for an ally in strengthening our communities, I couldn't have thought of a better partner than Bluebikes to help realize that vision. We are proud that during our tenure, the system has doubled its active fleet of bikes. It has got 250 Blue Bike stations now, and dramatically grown from the 4 original municipalities to over 11, ensuring that transportation is easily accessible and available in neighborhoods throughout the Metro Boston region. To date, more than 12 million rides have been taken on Blue Bikes. Riders have traveled over 25 million miles. Chris, I'm not sure where that is in the country. And an estimated 13.5 million pounds of CO2 have been offset, having a positive impact on our environment, which is also a fairly important part of the program. Thank you. We've been proud to join forces with the municipalities to create and sponsor unique opportunities around key moments that matter to our residents. For example, Pride Month, the Election Day, to help shine a light on important healthcare topics like World Mental Health Day or the COVID-19 vaccination. An example, just this last spring, we offered free Blue Bike rides to help residents access vaccination appointments. Over 2,200 individuals took advantage of that program. So once again, on behalf of Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts, I'd like to express, again, congratulations to the municipalities on an incredible 10 years of a public bike share program, and quite honestly, such an enriching and meaningful partnership for Blue Cross Blue Shield. We couldn't think of a better partner. And we look forward to continuing that relationship as we move forward to expand access to Blue Bikes so that all residents across our region have access to this wonderful program. Thank you again for letting us be here today. And thank you, Meg.
All right, we're going to unveil the specially designed Blue Bike. Come on over. We have our youth from Artists for Humanity. Way more talented than I have ever been at art. All right, come on. All right, I think, come on everyone in. Great. Maybe on the 3, 2, 1, you'll knock over the side. Great, okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Woo!